All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So, funny enough, I'm actually in Texas right now, but my buddy Paul shared a pretty interesting video clip from ESPN where Dan Graziano, and by the way, I'll leave not only Paul's links listed down below in the description, but also the link to the video clip. Dan Graziano, one of ESPN's insiders, is reporting that he's getting the sense that the Jets coaching staff is frustrated with Mekhi Becton. You know, same old stuff. Will he be in shape? Is he going to be in shape? Where is he going to play? There's just question mark after question mark. But at the same time, the Jets front office is backing Mekhi Becton. Okay, now, I got to be honest with you. You know, it's beaten to death at this point. You know, I feel like everything with Mekhi Becton, you know, I just feel like it's not being put to bed. And I'm almost sick and tired of hearing about it. You know, I just want to see this guy on the field. We saw what he can do. His rookie season, this guy was a mauler in the run game. Man, he was dominating guys. As a rookie, granted first-round pick, but as a rookie, he was just making absolute fools out of defensive ends, right? Veteran guys in the league. You know, Jerry Hughes, I mean, that game was insane against the Buffalo Bills. Mekhi Becton can ball. He can dominate. I'm totally amped up to see what he can bring to this 2022 Jets team, okay? But, again, this offseason, it has been critic after critic, question mark after question mark. And before we kind of dive into this, Mekhi Becton has a prime opportunity here, assuming he's healthy, to really silence everybody, silence those critics. I don't want to say shut everybody up, but he does have an opportunity here to silence the critics. If he's healthy and he's out there and he duplicates, if he replicates his rookie season, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. Nobody will be doubting him moving forward. But until we get to that point, I still feel like there's going to be headlines, there's going to be different storylines and everything like that. And to be honest with you, you know, I don't like talking about, you know, this topic because I want nothing but the best for Mekhi moving forward. You know, I was amped up with that pick out of Louisville. I loved it. And, you know, especially because what we saw from George Fant last season, you know, the production, if we can get a healthy Mekhi Becton and a healthy George Fant, I love the tackle spot. It's not a position of need, not in the least, for the Jets. Of course, ideally, you would want that third backup swing guy just in case something happens in the season or, you know, whatever the case may be. You do want to have that insurance policy, whether it's a Riley Reef, whether, you know, it's a Dwayne Brown from Seattle. We'll see what happens. But, you know, on paper, Becton and Fant, I'm totally happy with it. And if we rewind back to late April in the NFL draft, you know, this was a team that had 3 first-round picks, none of which went to an offensive lineman. Okay, there were some awesome guys there. Charles Cross, one of my favorites. Ike Mekwonu was on the board. Evan Neal was on the board. The Jets passed on all of those guys, all of the offensive linemen, 3 times in the first round. And if we want to, you know, take it a step further in rounds 2 and rounds 3, you can say the same thing. The point is, I think if the Jets, and of course, you know, Dan Graziano did point out that the front office is backing Mekhi Becton here, and it was Joe Douglas that did select Becton in the first round. But I gotta think, man, this isn't Gase. This isn't Gase McCagnon. This isn't Gase and Joe Douglas. To me, it really seems like Saleh and JD are on the same page here. They're not going to be in a position to where, you know, where they have Bryce Hall, a young good corner on the roster. They have the slot cornerback position figured out with Michael Carter. They signed DJ Reed. I don't think if the coaching staff truly did not have any sort of confidence in the tackle position, if they were banging on the table, we need to go get Neal, we need to go get Charles Cross, whoever it is, I don't see Joe Douglas just overriding that and saying, you know what, no, we are selecting Sauce Gardner at 4. I think these guys are on the same page. So is this overblown? Maybe. Is it, you know, should we take this, you know, as the voice of God? I'm going to say probably not. In my opinion, I think if the Jets were not sold on Mekhi Becton moving forward, they would have taken an offensive lineman. They would have done more in possibly free agency. They would have brought in Reef by now. They would have brought in, I mean, there's a lot of guys out there. We talked about Dwayne Brown before. Actually did a whole video on Dwayne Brown. Who else? I mean, Fisher's out there. Like, there are guys available for the tackle position. We're now in July. I find it just a little strange that a report's coming out saying that, oh, the coaching staff is still frustrated with Becton, where we've had literally multiple opportunities to get an insurance policy or to, you know, to bring somebody else in, a young core building block. So we'll see what happens, but I'm going to end the video off by just saying this. Mekhi Becton has an opportunity here. We talked about it before. He has if he just shows up, he's healthy, and he performs like we all know we all know his potential. If he could look like that, nobody's talking. Nobody's going to have problems with Mekhi Becton. Okay, I'm certainly not. And look, health is one thing. If he's hurt and he misses some time, it's unfortunate, but by no means am I just writing him off as a player. It's just, okay, what's the next step? There's no point to dwell. What's the next step? Get healthy. Okay, once he's healthy, then we'll see where he is. But again, Jets, Joe Douglas, they had the opportunity to go get Cross, Neal, Ekwonu, multiple guys. We passed every single time. We didn't address tackle until, late 4th round. Max Mitchell, who's a guy who I like, maybe just not as a rookie this year. Year 2, year 3, different story. But right now, I'm not so sure. To me, just reading the tea leaves here, I think the Jets have confidence in both Fant, obviously, and Mekhi Becton, at least for the time being. So, I can't say, if Mekhi Becton, is showing up for training camp and he's still out of shape. I'm not sure where the Jets coaching staff will stand. I'm not sure where the front office will stand. But as we stand right now, first week of July here, I just have a hard time picturing the coaching staff being fed up and the front office backing Becton when they had multiple opportunities to upgrade the position, multiple opportunities to replace Becton, move on from him. Free agency is over. The draft is over. They had their time. So again, we're in the summertime. We'll see what happens. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Sorry, I'm kind of walking around out here. Just didn't want to do a video at my buddy's place. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. Let me know your thoughts. And as always, go Jets.